PK in the universe, and today I'm here to talk about sentimental games. This is an open tag video, so if you want to tell me your games you're sentimental about, definitely make a response video or just comment below, whatever, do whatever you want to do. Anyways, I want to talk about games that I'm sentimental about. These are games that I just simply can't do without. These are games that I might have other ways to play them, but I'll keep them anyways just because I'm sentimental about these games. And this is just a few. It's not every single game I'm sentimental about, but they're games that I thought were interesting and games I wanted to highlight and talk about. So here we go. So first up, I want to talk about some games I got from my good friend Corey. We served in the Air Force together. I was his supervisor. He lived in Japan for a lot of years. In fact, that's where we were both stationed at one point, but he ended up staying in Japan for a really long time. And he got these games for me, this Mother game and Super Back to the Future 2. This game in particular is kind of expensive, so if I had just found this randomly somewhere, I might have sold it already and flipped it, but since it came from him, and it's just, I'm incredibly sentimental about this, and this too. I love this game, and I really enjoy playing it on the Wii U, and it's a pretty cheap game, I think. I don't know if it's still cheap, it used to be. So, I figure there's no point in selling these, because again, it came from a friend. Up next, River City Ransom, a complete in-box copy. This game has skyrocketed in price. I looked at the other day and I'm like, if I just picked this up on my own, I may have sold it. But I got this as a graduation present from my professor. I actually talked about this in another video in my 12 Games a Year series, believe it or not. And yeah, I love River City Ransom. I have it on Wii, Wii U, I have it on Nintendo Switch. There's no rhyme or reason to own this game, but again, who it came from, and it's a game that I absolutely adore, so why would I ever sell this? I'm very sentimental about this game. Up next, we got Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I could go into a lot of detail why I love Star Wars Episode 1 unapologetically, unironically, but I could make a whole video about that. I don't really want to go too deep into that, but I love racing, and I love Star Wars, so putting the two together is just a perfect match. I got this game at the Midwest Gaming Classic for like $4, but I remember playing this as a kid, and I absolutely adored this game, honestly, back in the day, and I hold on to it for nostalgic reasons or sentimental reasons, and yeah, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. This game's freaking fantastic. Up next, Retro Game Challenge. I actually picked this game up in the heyday of the Nintendo DS when it was used at GameStop, and I didn't think much of the game, and then I started playing it actually during college, which actually wasn't that long ago for me. I started college at like 30 and graduated at the age of 34. But anyways, I'd play this game a bunch on the train, and it is fantastic. It's just a lot of cool little retro style games all put into one. Basically the premise is you get sucked into a video game world and you got to play these old school video games, and it's surprisingly good. Up next, Area 51 on PlayStation. A friend of mine when I was a kid actually had this game, and we used to play it all the time. I can still remember a lot of the sound effects in the game where they'd say reload, reload, fire, fire, kind of like that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know what it is about this game, but I'm very sentimental about it. I don't recall it being even that good of a game, but you know what? I just gotta hold on to it. And finally, my favorite racing game of all time, and that's NASCAR Dirt to Daytona. I actually used to own a GameCube copy of this game a long time ago. I especially loved doing the Dodge Weekly series, where you'd race on a dirt track and you just work up the ranks. This was the first kind of console game that really did this, where you'd go from, bottom of the barrel to all the way to the Cup series kind of thing. You'd go from the dirt track series to the Featherlights to the truck series. They skipped the intermediate between truck and Cup. It's called the Xfinity series now, but back then it was called the Busch series, and it was the Nationwide series, and now it's, Xfinity. Yeah, this game came out in like 2002, I want to say. And it's just a nice little window in time, honestly. Things were so different back in those days. Anyways, this is a game I'm incredibly nostalgic for, and it's super fun to play. There's no real reason to own this. I could probably just emulate it or something, but honestly, I'm just incredibly nostalgic, and I try to collect all the NASCAR games. That's another weird collector habit of mine, but anyways, what are some games you are sentimental about? Make a response video or just comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay awesome in this universe. Thanks. Bye.